Hello students, very good morning to all of you. Have a great and wonderful day. The day again I came with you a very fantastic concept on the complex number. Today my dear student, I will discuss about the geometry in complex number. Now a very warm welcome to all of you on the YouTube channel of Narwin Academy Janjigajin Vadui. My dear student, before starting my journey of learning to you, now I am giving a morning motivational quote to you all, then I will come to my topic. A smooth road never builds a skilled driver but difficult road. The first thing. Second, a smooth sea never builds the perfect sailor but the strong and roaring waves. In the same way, comfort never creates a good character but the difficult situation. So my dear student, develop your mastery in difficulties. कहा जाता है कि जिंदगी भी कुछ अजीब है. कहा जाता है कि जिंदगी भी कुछ अजीब है, खेलती उसी के साथ है जो खिलाड़ी बेहतरीन है. दर्द सबके एक हैं, दर्द सबके एक हैं, पर हौसले सबके अलग अलग. कोई हताश होके बिखर जाता है, कोई हताश होके बिखर जाता है, तो कोई संघर्ष करके निखर जाता है. सो माय डियर स्टूडेंट, नाउ यू हैव टू लिट योर लाइट योर सेल्फ. अपने दीपक को आप खुद प्रज्वलित करिए विद दिस मोटिवेशनल कोट. नाउ आई स्टार्ट माय जर्नी ऑफ लर्निंग. सो टुडे माय डियर स्टूडेंट, आई विल डिस्कस विथ यू on the complex number, and that is the very small and fantastic concept, the geometry in complex number. So before coming to the certain point, again I will discuss, as usually I have done 7 or 8 point I will discuss on the concept of geometry in complex number. Something before coming to the point, I want to tell you something about that. Suppose in geometry in complex number, if there is z anywhere, it means this is the variable point. This is the variable points, yani moving points, and z is always considered x plus iy. And in this way, if z1, z2, z3 like this thing you will find, then it is the fixed point. Because in the geometry I will try to find out the path of a moving point. What is the locus of a moving point? So this thing, that is very important. If z is the moving point, here I have to find out the location, the locus of z, on which path this point is moving. And if somewhere it is given that z1, z2, z3, that all points are considered as the fixed point. And this is the first point, second and third. If my dear student, anywhere if you will find this mod z1 minus z2, it means the distance between z1 and z2, distance between z1 and z2. So keep all these 3 points in your mind, then I will start how we will calculate or how we are going to jump in the geometry of complex number. So here again I will discuss 7 or 8 point. One by one you have to keep in your mind. So my dear student, take out your pen and copy and start to write whatever is going on the board. So the first type of question is asked, if z minus z1 equal to k, then what is the locus of z? It means, what is this? z1 is the fixed point and z is always moving in such a way that its distance from Z1 is always k. It means what you are considering? Z is moving on a circle, means the first point A, the locus of Z, that is circle. Second point, its center of this circle, that is Z1. And the third point, the radius of this circle, radius, that is the k. So my dear student, this is the first concept in the geometry under the complex number. Now again I am coming on the second types of question. Second point, if Z equal to Z bar, then locus of Z is what? Locus of Z. Now I have told that Z you can write x plus iy equal to x minus iy. Now x, 2y equal to 0, y equal to 0, and y is 0. Where y is 0? Y is always 0 on the x-axis. So again, three conclusion you can find. The locus of Z, that is x-axis. And second point, my dear student, locus, sometimes it is said that circular straight line. So this is the straight line. And in x and y, if y is 0, so my dear student, you can say Z is purely real. If this types of question is asked, then you have the three correct option. Whether it is given the locus is what? That is the x-axis. The locus is what? Straight line, circle, parabola, hyperbola, whatever may. But the correct answer is straight line. And Z is what? The nature of Z is what? Z is purely real because y part is the 0. Now here again I am coming, that is Z equal to minus Z bar. This is the third point. Z equal to minus Z bar. Again put x plus iy equal to minus x minus iy. 2x equal to 0, x is 0. Where is 0 x, my dear student? X is always assume 0 value on the y-axis. Y-axis, again you will find out the three correct and certain information. First, the locus is what? Y-axis. Again, second point, locus may be given as a straight line. And third, since x is 0, then Z is purely imaginary. So on every questions you have to consider what the question, what the option may be given, and all the three options are here correct. Now again I am going on the fourth point. Fourth point, that is like this thing. Suppose Z minus Z1 oblique Z minus Z2, here it is the mod, means K. Now dear student, consider here, if the value of K is 1, then the locus is what? Locus is a straight line. Like Z minus I oblique Z plus I equal to 1, it is given. Then by observation at a glance you can say the locus of this Z is a straight line. And suppose if it is given K does not equal to 1, suppose Z minus Z1 oblique Z minus Z2 equal to 2 or 3 or 1 by 2, whatever it may be, except 1, then the locus is a circle. And this question is put up like these things. And with the simple mathematical calculation, you can find out what is the equation of that straight line and what is the equation of that circle. Now again I am moving on the next point, that is the fifth point. Suppose z bar plus a z bar plus a bar z plus b equal to 0. Here again you will find the 3 points. Locus is what? That is circle. Directly it is put up question in your exam, and this is calculated by mathematical calculation, but there is no need to calculate over here, because just you watch and then strike the answer. The locus is circle. Now here a complex number and b that is purely real. Like center is what, my dear student? Minus a, and the radius is what? Radius that is equal to under root mod a square minus b. Like suppose one question I am giving, question number 1, z bar plus 3 plus I, z bar plus 3 minus I, z plus 1 equal to 0. Suppose this question is given, the first of all by observation, this is the a and this is the a bar, this is z bar, this is z. Just you compare this, then your a equal to 3 plus I and b equal to 1. Then by observation your answer would be the circle, and center is minus a, means minus 3 plus I, that is minus 3 minus I, and radius, my dear student, mod a square. If you will calculate the mod of this, that is 10 minus b, that is 1, means root 9, that is equal to 3. If you have the concept crystal clear, then in a very short span of time you will give your answer. Now again I am moving on the next point. And the next point, that is the sixth point. Suppose, my dear student, argument z minus z1, z minus z2, that is given pi by 2. Then what you will find out the conclusion? First, locus, that is circle, because suppose this is z1 and this is z2. Z is moving here, and suppose this is the diameter, so Z is anywhere, always, that is 90 degree, that is 90 degree, always Z is here, that is 90 degree. Means what you can say? By observation you can say locus is circle. Second, the center is what? Center, this is Z1, Z2. Z1 plus Z2 by 2, this is the midpoint, and the radius is what? You can find out radius, that is mod Z1 minus Z2 by 2, because Z1 and Z2, mod distance between Z and Z2, that would be the your diameter divided by 2, you will get the radius. Now in the next way again I am moving on the next point, that is seventh point. Suppose if this is given z plus z bar equal to z minus z bar, then what is the locus? Now put the value x plus iy plus x minus y, that is x plus iy minus x plus iy. Here this would be cancelled and this would be cancelled. Mod 2x equal to mod 2iy, yani mod x equal to mod y. So my dear student, sometimes student makes a false, that is say that x equal to y and this is a straight line. That is wrong, my dear student. It is given the mod, it may be x equal to plus y or x equal to minus y. The correct option is the locus is a pair of straight line. Now in many competitive exam, I have seen the student have given the wrong option. Simply they write the straight line. No, it is the pair of straight line. X equal to plus y, x equal to minus y, because it is given in the mod. So next 8 point I am going to discuss. Again, z plus z bar plus z minus z bar, that is equal to k. Now here 2x plus mod 2iy equal to k. Here the student mod 2x, mod x plus mod y equal to k by 2. Now you can write x plus y equal to k by 2 minus x minus y equal to k by 2 means x plus y equal to minus k by 2. Suppose x is positive, y is negative, that is k by 2. X is negative, y is positive, that is k by 2. So here you will get the 4 line. Now there are, in the previous question I have seen that there was 2 straight line, pair of straight line. Here in this question that is the 4 straight line, and if you will plot in the graph, you will get that is the square, means locus is the square. So you will find out the locus is your square. Suppose if you put x equal to 0, y equal to, that is k by 2, 0, 0, k by 2, minus k by 2, 0, and 0 minus k by 2, and very easily you can calculate the area of the square. So the locus would be what? The locus of z, that would be square, and sometime it is asked what is the area. So my dear student, you can calculate the area 1 by 2 into k by 2 into k by 2, k square oblique 8, that is your area on which the z is moving. Now I am going on the 9th point. Today I will discuss the 10 point. Now the second last point is 9th point. Z minus Z1 plus Z minus Z2, that is equal to k. Again here there are two things. If k equal to mod Z1 minus Z2, locus would be what? That is a straight line. By observation you can write like this thing, Z plus I plus Z minus I, Fu2, then the locus is Z, because this and this, if you will calculate, k would be 2. And suppose z k is greater than mod z1 minus z2, then my dear student, that is locus is ellipse. Suppose the same question, z plus I plus z minus I is given 4 or 5 or 3, whatever, means greater than 2, then by observation, by looking at a glance the question in a very short span of time, you will take the correct answer. The locus is an ellipse. And again the last point I am going to discuss, that is 10th point. If suppose here it is the negative, if here it is the negative and k equal to z minus z1, then again locus would be straight line. And my dear student, there is a slight change here. Mod k is less than mod z1 minus z2, then locus would be hyperbola, atiparvalay. Suppose like this, minus 2, and if it is 2, then the locus is a straight line. And suppose here it is 1, then you can say the locus of z is hyperbola. So today I have finished the geometry in complex number. That is the very, very important concept, my dear student, you have to keep in your mind. all the 10 concepts frequently asked in your different competitive exam, whether it is of the JEE or sometimes also in the board it was firstly, but from the board the syllabus has been removed, and also in the different like the NDA, Air Force and Navy. So today I am going to finish my class. Once again I am providing all my wishes and blessing to you all for having a very good day. God bless to you all. Jai Hind, Jai Bharat.